Hello, welcome to my channel. Or if you've been here before, welcome back. Glad to have you. So for this project, I'm doing what I call a bright rainbow. I just started by drawing a little arch. I probably could have actually measured this out, but I just kind of freestyled it. This is not any particular type of fold. It's just one I decided to come up with. It's not my favorite thing I've ever created, but it did turn out pretty cool. I like the colors that it ended up making, but as far as the fold goes, it's just kind of a basic, simple, almost like a fan fold. This might have been a really cool gravity die situation, so give that a try, or maybe I will. So right here what I'm doing is just accordion folding along that line to make a straight line. And then I'm using sinew here, wrapping it around pretty tight so that I have a white line between the colors. I did about 5 wraps around. Then I used my pipe as a sinew puller and just wrap it around a couple times and then pull until you feel a slight tug in the sinew. And then I repeated that with each of the lines. I did 4 lines on this one. I did another one where I did 5. Similar look, but just a little bit different. First color I used was Fushia by Jacquard dyes. I just sprinkled it on here. This dye has soda ash mixed in it. The next color I did was Brilliant Orange, also by Jacquard. Jacquard has some really bright colors that don't split very much, so that's kind of why I went with more of their colors for this project. Next I did Lime Pop. This one is a Dharma color, which is a really, really bright green, almost yellowy lime, if you will. In fact, it is called Lime Pop. And the blue I did was Bahama blue. You can see I didn't go very heavy-handed on this dye, but it still is pretty rich in color, so you don't need a ton of dye when you're doing this ice dye effect. Then the last color I did was Marine Violet. This one is another Jacquard color. It's a pretty pure purple color. And I just squirted it with a little bit of water so that the ice would stick. That's what I'm doing here. Another way you can do it is to just have your fabric wet before you fold it, or even get it wet before you put the dye on. But I forgot to do that, so I just sprinkled it with water after, which has the exact same effect. So here I am putting some ice on the fabric so that it will melt through and distribute that color a little more evenly. And I sprinkled some soda ash on top just to be safe, to make sure that color really bonds. You need soda ash when you're using these Procyon dyes. Here I'm rinsing it in cold water to get some of that excess dye off, to get the soda ash out of it. Then what I start doing is untying each of the ties there. And I slowly start to turn the water up to hot once I get it untied. So here I've got the water hot, and you can see not a lot of colors coming out. So I sprinkle some Dawn dish soap on there and get it all sudsy. and rinse it like that. Then I put it in a hot washing machine for at least one cycle. And here's the final result. Turned out really pretty. I like it a lot. I don't do a lot of bright colors, so this was a fun change of pace for me.